Greetings aspirants, welcome to the Daily Current Affairs by Civic Center IAS, where we try to discuss important and relevant articles from the Hindu, Indian Express and the PIB in UPSC CSE Prelims perspective. More than 570 cases of violations of the Model Code of Conduct have been registered ahead of a February 5th Delhi Assembly election, a police officer said on Friday. So, now in this context, let's discuss about Model Code of Conduct. The Election Commission's Model Code of Conduct is a set of guidelines issued to regulate political parties and candidates prior to elections. In this regard, the rules range from issues related to speeches, polling day, polling booths, portfolios, content of election manifestos, processions, and general conduct, and ensuring that free and fair elections are conducted. Now looking at the scope, this set of rules covers a wide range of issues to maintain a fair election. This includes speeches, polling procedures, and the conduct of candidates and the use of public resources. The objective is to make sure that elections are conducted in a manner that is both fair and transparent. Looking at the history, the Model Code of Conduct was first introduced during the Kerala State Assembly elections in 1960. Subsequently, it was adopted by the political parties during 1962 elections. In October 1979, the Election Commission added a section aimed at regulating the party in power to prevent it from gaining an unfair advantage during elections. Looking at the enforcement timeline, the Model Code of Conduct comes into effect from the announcement of the election schedule. It remains valid until the election results are declared, ensuring that the guidelines are followed throughout the election period. Now, looking at the key provisions, General Conduct. The Code of Conduct specified that criticism during campaigns is allowed only based on work records. Furthermore, it strictly prohibits the use of caste, communal sentiments, or religious propaganda. Additionally, bribery, intimidation, or impersonation of voters is banned to maintain fairness. The party in power is not allowed to use its official position, transport, or machinery for campaigning purposes. Moreover, no policy or scheme announcements that might influence voters can be made. There must be equal access to public venues and facilities for opposition parties too. Also, the use of public funds for advertisements is prohibited. Looking at the campaign restrictions, the Model Code of Conduct includes restrictions on campaign activities such as prohibiting public meetings 48 hours before polling begins, which is referred to as election silence. This helps ensure a peaceful and impartial voting environment. And looking at the legal binding and enforcement, statutory status. The Model Code of Conduct lacks statutory backing, meaning compliance is voluntary. However, political parties and candidates are expected to adhere to the guidelines. And the Election Commission of India issues notices for breaches based on the complaints or suo motu action. Offenders can either tender an apology or rebut the allegations made against them. In cases of non-compliance, written censure is often issued, which is typically seen as a moral sanction. And the primary purpose of the Model Code of Conduct is to maintain a level playing field for all the parties involved. In this way, it ensures that the voters have an unbiased campaign-free environment before polling begins. Coming to the next article, the Indian Research Organization ISRO is gearing up for 100th launch from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh, which is scheduled to take place on January 29th with the launch of GSLV-F15 NVS-02 machine. So, now in this context, let's talk about ISRO's 100th launch. Now looking at the overview, the launch vehicle used for this mission was GSLV-F15, marking its 17th flight and 11th with an indigenously developed cryogenic engine. Additionally, the satellite on this mission was NVS-02, a 2,250 kg second generation navigation satellite. This satellite was injected into a 170 to 36,577 km geostationary transfer orbit, ensuring optimal coverage and performance. Now, looking at NVS-02 and second generation NAVIC satellites. The primary purpose of NVS-02 is to replace older satellites in the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, also known as NAVIC. This remarks a significant step towards improving the system's overall efficiency and capability. Looking at the features, the NVS-02 satellites boasts a lifespan of 12 years, which is significantly longer than the first generation satellites, ensuring prolonged and reliable services. Moreover, it carries indigenously developed atomic clocks, offering greater accuracy in navigation data. The satellite also operates on the L1 frequency, which is commonly used in the US GPS system, making it compatible with smaller devices like fitness trackers too. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. The NAVIC, or the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, is a 7-satellite system that provides positioning, navigation and timing services over India and within 1500 kilometers of its neighborhood. The system's first satellite, IRNSS-1A, was launched back in 2013, marking the beginning of India's self-reliance in satellite navigation. Now, looking at the challenges, however, the system has faced challenges along the way, such as malfunctioning atomic clocks that necessitated LRI replacement. Furthermore, the IRNSS-1H satellite failed to reach orbit due to a heat shield malfunction on the PSLV. And looking at the advancements, despite these setbacks, there have been notable advancements with the newer satellites, which offer better capabilities and longer mission life. Additionally, the increasing availability of cell phone chipsets supporting NAVIC data has further enhanced the system's accessibility and utility. And the launch of NSV-02 enhances the utility of NAVIC for smaller devices and applications, reinforcing India's efforts to achieve self-reliance in satellite-based navigation services. This development is crucial for India's growing space capabilities and its role in the global satellite navigation. Coming to the next article, the Defense Research and Development Organization is set to showcase Pralay, an indigenous short-range quasi-ballistic missile at the Republic Day Parade in New Delhi on Sunday. So, now in this context, let's discuss about the Pralay Missile. Pralay is India's first conventional quasi-ballistic missile, marking a significant advancement in the country's missile technology. This missile was developed with the purpose of countering conventional missile attacks from the northern and western borders, enhancing India's defense capabilities. Looking at its trajectory, the missile follows a quasi-ballistic trajectory, which features a low-light flight path with maneuverability during mid-flight. In terms of ballistic characteristics, Pralay is powered initially by rockets, then follows an unpowered arc trajectory before descending at high speed. This design is specifically aimed at defeating interceptor missiles and allowing it to alter its path in the mid-air, making it highly evasive. Looking at its features, the Pralay is powered by a solid propellant rocket motor, which provides the necessary thrust for its low-altitude maneuvering capabilities. Furthermore, it is equipped with a state-of-the-art navigation system and integrated avionics, ensuring precise targeting and efficient flight control. And coming to warhead capability, the missile carries conventional warheads weighing about 350 to 700 kilograms, making it suitable for a variety of strike missions. These warheads come in different types, including high explosive performance fragmentation, penetration cum blast, and runway denial penetration submunition, each designed for specific tactical outcomes. Looking at the comparisons, when compared to other missiles, Pralay is often comparable to China's Dongfeng 12 and Russia's Iskander missile, both of which serve similar strategic purposes. And Pralay has a range of 150 to 500 kilometers, providing it with the flexibility to target a wide range of enemy positions. It is launched from a mobile launcher, making it highly versatile and adaptable in various field conditions. As the longest range surface-to-surface missile in the Army's inventory, it complements the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, which has a range of 290 plus kilometers. Looking at its significance, Pralay offers its first tactical quasi-ballistic missile, which significantly enhances battlefield capability. This missile can target enemy positions and key installations within battlefield zones, providing crucial support in the conflict scenarios. And the mission plays a pivotal role in India's planned rocket force, working alongside to the BrahMos missile to provide a combination of cruise and ballistic missile options. This combination ensures that India has robust, flexible missile capability for both tactical and strategic needs. Coming to the next article, India's foreign exchange reserves fell to near 11-month low of $623.98 billion as of January 17th, extending their losing streak for a 7th straight week, RBI data showed on Friday. The reserves declined by $1.89 billion in the reported week and have fallen cumulatively by around $32.2 billion in the prior 6 weeks. Now in this context, let's discuss about foreign exchange reserves. Foreign exchange reserves, also known as the Forex Reserves, are reserve assets held by a central bank in the foreign currencies. These reserves may include foreign currencies, bonds, treasury bills, and other government securities. Typically, reserves are denominated and expressed in the US dollar, which is international numeric for this purpose. In India, the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, acts as the custodian of the country's foreign exchange reserves. India's foreign exchange reserves comprise several components, including foreign currency assets. These assets are maintained in various currencies like US dollar, Euro, Pound Sterling, Australian Dollar, and Japanese Yen, forming the largest part in India's Forex Reserves. And then gold. Gold also forms an important component of India's foreign exchange reserves, serving as a valuable asset in the time of uncertainty. And then special drawing rights. These are the reserve currency issued by the International Monetary Fund and forms another element of India's forex reserves. And then reserve trench position. This refers to the reserve capital held in the IMF, further bolstering India's financial position in the global arena. The biggest contributor to India's forex reserves in the foreign currency assets, followed by gold, making them critical to India's economic stability. And looking at its significance, foreign exchange reserves are used to back liabilities on currency issued by the central bank, supporting the exchange rate and aiding in setting monetary policy. They also ensure that the RBI has backup funds available if the national currency rapidly devalues or becomes insolvent. For instance, if the value of rupee decreases due to the increased demand of foreign currency, the RBI may sell US dollars in the Indian money market to check the depreciation of the rupee. Moreover, a country with a robust stock of forex reserves tends to have positive image internationally, as trading countries can be confident about their ability to meet payment obligations. A strong forex reserve is also help in attracting foreign trade, contributing to a good reputation with trading partners and strengthening India's position in global commerce. Coming to the next article, in sobering first indicator about India's economy in 2025, private sector activity appears to have hit the brakes in January with output and growth levels sliding to a 14-month low as per the survey-based HSBC flash purchasing. So now in this context, let's talk about Purchasing Managers Index. The Purchasing Manager Index is a survey-based measure that asks respondents about changes in their precision of key business variables compared to the previous month. The purpose of PMI is to provide valuable information about current and future business conditions to the company decision makers, analysts, and investors. There are two types of PMIs. Coming to the first one, Manufacturing PMI. This focuses on the performance of the manufacturing sector, providing insights into its growth and challenges. And Services PMI. This measures the performance of the service sector, offering a complementary perspective to manufacturing index. The PMI is calculated separately for the manufacturing and service sectors. And a composite index is also constructed to offer a comprehensive view of economic activity. The PMI is a number ranging from 0 to 100. A reading above 50 indicates expansion, while the score below 50 signals contraction. A reading of exactly 50 indicates no change in business conditions. If the PMI of previous month is higher than the PMI of the current month, it suggests that the economy is contracting. PMI data is usually released at the start of every month, making it a timely and effective indicator of economic activity. Due to its predictive nature, it is considered a reliable leading indicator of economic performance. PMI is compiled by IHS Markit for more than 40 economies worldwide. IHS Markit is a global leader in information, analytics, and solutions for major industries and markets that drive economies. Furthermore, IHS Markit is a part of S&P Global, further cementing its position as a key player in economic analysis. Coming to the next article, Raksha Mantri Sri Rajnath Singh flagged off SANJAY, the Battlefield Surveillance System (BSS), from South Block, New Delhi on January 24, 2025. So, now in this context, let's talk about SANJAY, the Battlefield Surveillance System. SANJAY, the Battlefield Surveillance System, was flagged off on January 24, 2025 by Raksha Mantri Sri Rajnath Singh from South Block, New Delhi. This system has been developed jointly by the Indian Army and the Bharat Electronics Limited. SANJAY is a sophisticated automated system designed to enhance battlefield transparency, situational awareness, and network-centric operations, ensuring superior strategic capabilities. Looking at the key features of SANJAY, the system integrates both ground and aerial battlefield sensors, processing inputs to verify their accuracy and fuse them effectively. It then produces a common surveillance picture, which significantly enhances situational awareness on the battlefield. Additionally, SANJAY operates over the secured army data network and satellite communication network, ensuring a high level of security and connectivity. Looking at its capabilities, one of its key capabilities is the battlefield transparency, as it improves real-time monitoring of vast land borders, which aids in detection of institutions and provide unparalleled accuracy in assessments. Furthermore, SANJAY supports both conventional and sub-conventional operations in a network-centric environment, making it adaptable to a variety of operational scenarios. It also enhances intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance functions, acting as a force multiplier for military operations. Looking at its technological advancements, SANJAY is equipped with a state-of-the-art sensors and cutting-edge analytics, which ensure precise and actionable intelligence. It is inducted through a centralized web application which provides critical inputs to command and army headquarters, allowing for efficient and informed decision making. Looking at the indigenous development, this system has been indigenously developed under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative, reinforcing India's push towards self-reliance in defense technologies. Moreover, it is a follow-up to the Indian Army's idea of technology absorption and forms a part of larger vision to enhance India's defense capabilities through indigenous development. Looking at the financial and operational details of the project, the total cost of SANJAY BSS is 2,402 crore. Categorized under the Buy India initiative, its induction is planned in 3 phases from March to October 2025 with deployment to operational brigades, divisions and corps. Furthermore, 2025 has been designated as the year of reforms by the Ministry of Defense, emphasizing the continued transformation of India's defense sector. Coming to the next article, the Honorable Chairman of 16th Finance Commission, Dr. Arvind, launched the inaugural issue of Niti Ayog's reported title, Fiscal Health Index 2025 on 24th January 2025 in New Delhi. In the august presence of Sri Suman Beri, Honorable Vice Chairman, Niti Ayog, Dr. Arvind Veermani, Honorable Member, Niti Ayog, Sri BVR Subramaniam, CEO, Niti Ayog, Dr. Anup Singh, Distinguished Fellow, Niti Ayog, and other senior officials. The report provides a comprehensive assessment of the physical health of 18 major states based on 5 key sub-indices: quality of expenditure, revenue mobilization, fiscal prudence, debt index, and debt sustainability, along with insights into state-specific challenges and areas for improvement. So, now in this context, let's discuss about the Physical Health Index. The Fiscal Health Index 2025 was launched on 24th January 2025 by Dr. Arvind Panagaria, Chairman of 16th Finance Commission. The event was organized by Niti Ayog. The primary purpose of Physical Health Index is to assess and improve the physical health of India states through a comprehensive and data-driven approach. Looking at the key features of FHI 2025 report, Fiscal Health Indicators. The Fiscal Health reports assess the physical health of 18 major states based on the 5 key sub-indices. These include quality of expenditure. The sub-index measures the efficiency and effectiveness of public spending, ensuring that funds are utilized for optimal outcomes. And then revenue mobilization. It assesses the ability of states to generate revenue through taxes and other means, reflecting the state's financial capacity. And then fiscal prudence. This evaluates how responsibly the states manage their fiscal resources, ensuring that spending aligns with available resources. And then debt index. The debt index gauges the level of debt and sustainability of debt management practices, which are crucial for long-term fiscal stability. And then debt sustainability. It assesses the capacity of states to manage and service the debt, indicating their ability to avoid default or fiscal crisis. And ranking of states. The report ranks the state based on their performance in these key areas. Among the top performers, Odisha scored 67.8, Chhattisgarh scored 55.2, and Goa scored 53.6. And one of the key insights from this report is that the top ranking states demonstrate strong fiscal health due to the robust revenue mobilization and effective expenditure management and debt sustainability. Additionally, disparities in fiscal health among states highlights the need for tailored reforms to address specific challenges. For example, states like Jharkhand have shown improvements in fiscal prudence and debt sustainability, while Karnataka faces challenges in expenditure quality and debt management. Looking at its strategic importance, the FHA provides valuable insights for guiding policy reforms aimed at improving fiscal health, promoting fiscal consolidation, and at fostering economic resilience at the state level. Furthermore, it encourages states to align their fiscal strategies with the national development goals, contributing to the overall fiscal stability and prosperity of India. Coming to the next article, the National Security Council Secretariat, Government of India organized its second meeting of the BIMSTEC Expert Group on Cybersecurity Corporation on 21st January 2025 in New Delhi. The first BIMSTEC Expert Group meeting on cybersecurity was also hosted by India in 2022 at New Delhi. So, now in this context, let's talk about the BIMSTEC Expert Group on Cybersecurity Corporation. The BIMSTEC stands for Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. BIMSTEC was established on 6th June 1997 with the signing of the Bangkok Declaration. Initially, it was known as BIST-EC, Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand Economic Cooperation. The founding members of BIMSTEC were Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. Later, Myanmar joined in December 1997 and Nepal and Bhutan became members in February 2004. As a result, the organization was renamed BIMSTEC in 2004, reflecting the inclusion of Nepal and Bhutan. Looking at the historical evolution of BIMSTEC, the creation of BIMSTEC began with the signing of the Bangkok Declaration on 6th June 1997, which laid the foundation for economic cooperation among Bangladesh, India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. Following Myanmar's inclusion, the organization was renamed BIMSTEC, Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand Economic Cooperation. Subsequently, after Nepal and Bhutan joined in 2004, the name BIMSTEC was adopted. Now looking at the institutional evolution, in 2014, the BIMSTEC Secretariat was established in Dhaka, Bangladesh, marking a significant milestone in institutionalizing the grouping and enhancing cooperation among member states. Initially in 1997, the grouping focused on 6 sectors: trade, technology, energy, transport, tourism, and fisheries. However, in 2008, the focus expanded to include agriculture, public health, poverty alleviation, counter-terrorism, environment, culture, people-to-people contact, and climate change. Then in 2021, cooperation was recognized under new sectors, which subsectors led by respective member states. And looking at the current structure of BIMSTEC, the member states and their lead sectors. The member states and their respective lead sectors are as follows. Coming to Bangladesh, Bangladesh focuses on trade, investment, and development with subsector on the blue economy, while Bhutan concentrates on environment and climate change with subsector on the mountain economy, and while security with subsectors in counter-terrorism and transitional crime and disaster management and energy are led by India. Myanmar focuses on agriculture and food security with subsectors in agriculture, fisheries, and livestock, while Nepal is focused on people-to-people contact with subsectors in culture, tourism, poverty alleviation, and people-to-people forums such as think tanks and media, while Sri Lanka leads on science and technology and innovation with subsectors in technology, health, and human resource development. And Thailand's specific sector has not been detailed in provided text, but is presumably focused on its established strengths, possibly in trade or economic development. Coming to the next article, no one can claim that their right to practice religion has been violated when permission to use loudspeaker denied. The Bombay High Court held on Thursday. The use of loudspeakers and public address systems cannot be deemed an essential religious practice that ought to be protected by law, the court said. So now in this context, let's talk about noise pollution and legal directives on the loudspeakers. The Bombay High Court recently addressed a plea filed by the Jago Nehru Nagar Residents Welfare Association and Shiv Srushti Cooperation Housing Societies Association Limited regarding the non-compliance of noise pollution regulations by religious institutions in the Nehru Nagar and Chunabati areas of Mumbai. The plea highlighted the illegal use of loudspeakers and amplifiers at religious places, such as mosques, which violated permissible decibel limits and operating hours. The court referred to 2016 High Court judgment that had previously emphasized the strict enforcement of the Noise Pollution Rules 2000. This ruling was established that loudspeakers are not an essential part of any religion, meaning religious institutions cannot claim exemption under Article 25 of the Indian Constitution, which is for the freedom of religion. The court also noted that the noise pollution is a significant health hazard and that the public interests outweighs any claim for religious freedom to use loudspeakers. And the key directions by the court are: the court emphasized the responsibility of police authorities to ensure the strict enforcement of noise regulation and adopt necessary measures to control noise pollution. In line with this, the court directed the police to measure decibel levels using mobile applications and seize offending loudspeakers. Furthermore, the police were asked to protect the identity of complainants to avoid the potential harassment. Regarding penalties for violations, the court directed that the offenders should initially be cautioned, and for repeated violations, fines should be imposed on religious institutions. If violations persist, the police can seize the loudspeakers and even cancel license for such equipment. The court also asked the Maharashtra government to introduce mechanisms to automatically calibrate decibel limits for loudspeakers in places of worship and public institutions. And looking at the legal framework, the Noise Pollution Regulation Control Rule 2000 regulate noise pollution by setting permissible decibel limits. The daytime limit is set at 55 decibel in residential areas, while the nighttime limit is 45 decibels. However, according to an affidavit from the Deputy Commissioner of Police, decibel levels at some mosques were found to exceed 80 decibels, violating the precise norms. Looking at the constitutional and legal implications, the court reaffirmed that loudspeaker use is not an essential religious practice and therefore does not qualify for protection under Article 25, which is freedom of religion. It also underlined the importance of maintaining public health and safety through effective noise regulation enforcement. So, today We have discussed 9 articles in total, and we will be back again with another video tomorrow. Thank you.